Hello, my name is Patty Goodman. I'm originally from Florida and I'm now living in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So I actually teach in corporate and organizational communication at the graduate level, and my specialty is cross-cultural communications. And I think that I, on a personal level, have gained so much recognizing the differences in cultures that has really helped me to transform, not only looking at international differences in cultures, our national ethnic cultures, but also looking at local and just differences within the same community and how we can be part of smaller groups. So in my class, one of the things that I try to do is really help individuals think about how they might have layers of cultures. And for some, I love when their eyes just kind of widen as they recognize, oh wow, I can be from a particular country, say India or Pakistan or China, and here I can be within my school. I'm at Northeastern University. I can be within this school together, and we're sharing something that we're coming to a new level of understanding. And as a group together, these individuals are sharing a new way of being and a new meaning that doesn't take away from their own national cultures and or other groupings that they might be part of. And so to me, that's where that cultural transformative learning really makes a huge impact. I love having the opportunity to come to a conference with other individuals who are really focusing on transformative learning in a variety of different lenses, from different backgrounds, different parts around the world, and different works, different walks of life, and hearing how they recognize that they really have to question some of their own assumptions, or their own ways of thinking, or cognitive scripts, and gathering new information and kind of going through a little bit of discourse. I know from my own, I've had to take some time and just kind of process and think through, what does this mean to me, and how might it impact the way I'm thinking about certain activities, how I might teach international students, how I might communicate things to my staff and faculty development. And coming here at a conference gives me that time and space to really not only take in new information, but also to think it through and talk to others and wrestle a little bit with what I might do in terms of changing how I'm operating. So that's what I really appreciate. Yeah, so I actually, my doctorate is in, it's from George Washington University in executive leadership, and I focused in adult learning. And in the midst of the adult learning process, I was looking at how an autonomous learner impacts team learning. And I really found kind of serendipity, I'm not sure if I'm saying that, but I found out that an individual can make a huge impact to an entire team. And that individual does not have to be at the same title, doesn't have to have the same educational background. Matter of fact, what I found in my dissertation is the frontline receptionist was the individual that had the most interest in this new project that a medical office was doing, and brought the greatest amount of information, understanding, recognition into the team of doctors, nurses, practitioners. And that receptionist was the one that made the impact. And you could see in team learning how others started to recognize, wow, there's tremendous value in what this person is bringing in. And from the receptionist's point of view, they recognized their voice and what value they had from the perspectives that they were seeing. So transformative learning kind of came to me through the process of seeing it. And I completely believe in the value of that questioning and recognition on self, gathering new information, and then kind of seeing how you're making a change to your own behavior. So I really appreciate the International Transformative Learning community. I've come to 4 conferences, and with each conference I've been able to get a little closer and more involved. This year in particular, I'm a co-chair for the Inclusion Committee, and it's just been a wonderful opportunity to connect with others. Matter of fact, 3 of my roommates for the conference now are women who I've met at other transformative learning conferences from Brazil and Canada. So here we have a cross-cultural opportunity within our own apartment for the conference itself. So I think the networks and being able to find people from all different areas. As long as you're open to opportunities, the opportunities are here for you. I can, and at the point, I'm going to go back and share a story that came to me from the other day. And this was before I even knew anything about transformative learning, the theories or the concepts. I was working on my master's degree in personnel management in Arizona. And I had a teaching job at a medium maximum prison in Douglas, which is right on the border of Mexico and Arizona. And I was teaching basic business principles at the age of 22 to adults who had lived much fuller lives, as you might, you could put in your own judgments as what you think full is, but had many more experiences that I had at that point in time. And in order to get to the classroom, I need to walk from the front gate across the yard to get into the classroom building. And that first afternoon that I was going to be teaching, there was an older gentleman that was standing by the gate, and he introduced himself to me, and he talked and walked with me across the yard. And even though there were other sounds and things happening at the time, he really helped me to recognize that I need to let go of any judgments, and he made the experience of my teaching in that environment to be much richer and for me to be authentic in what I was trying to provide as a learning experience. I don't know how he got there, why he was there, but every single time I came to teach, once a week, he would be right there at the gate. He would walk me across. He didn't come to the class. After the class, he would walk me back to the gate and say goodbye, and I'll see you next week. And just that whole concept of you have to let go of what your perceptions or what your stereotypes are and be in the moment and be present and take in new information, and hearing from him what life was like and how he learned around him and what he did in the environment that he was in. And it really helped me to understand the value of, again, different cultures and how every person has value. So this particular conference, being that we've been able to do quite a bit with the inclusion committee, I'm already excited about the conversations that we've had, individuals that have come over. We've been in Everett Hall, and we have activities associated to questioning the paradox of inclusion and how sometimes inclusion can actually be exclusive. Those discussions have really been rich, and I'm hoping that from the information that we're gathering and that we're sharing, that people are able to see that transformative learning is not a elitist, it's not a specific theorist, it's not something that you have to have gone through graduate or terminal degree, but as a practitioner or as an individual that is interested in understanding learning process, this is really a community that can help you to grow, and that's one of the things I'd like to take away.